Hey guys, this is Amy with Stick with the Plan, and I'm talking about today, grace kicks in. Stay right here, I'll explain. So glad you're with me. I'm talking about grace kicks in. Now, when does that happen? You might have heard the expression before, it's not about your ability, but about your availability. You know, that if you'll let God step in, if you ever feel like I have a little unction to do this, or a little prompting to talk to someone, or to help somebody out, but you may talk yourself out in your mind about, well, there's somebody better than me to do that. You won't go ahead and step out on that prompting. But I think many times if we'll listen and step out, that's where grace can kick in. Now, my parents are really good about noticing the gifts on each one of us as their children. I'm the oldest of 5 of us, and my mom really treated us very uniquely and recognized different gifts. And even my dad saw a speaking gift in me, and he would, pull me out and say, Amy, you've got the ability to speak. Now go ahead. Now he knew I had that ability, but I wasn't making myself available. I was like, oh, I don't want to. But so he was trying to train me in that gift. Why? Because if you'll step out in that gift, that's when grace will kick in. So I remember one time at church, he pulled me up and just prayed over me and said, Amy, you have a gift to speak. Now go ahead. What is the Lord leading you to say? Well, I cried, and I knew God wanted to speak through me. I just didn't know how. And, I cried, and I got out something. I think I just said, God is here. That's all that came out. I was new to the gift. I didn't really allow the grace to fully flow through me. But, afterwards he said, Amy, now God has gifted you with this. Make yourself available. And he gave me this advice. He said, now, if someone was holding a gun to your head, it sounds violent, but my dad's a very gentle man. He said, now if I was holding a gun to your head and asked you, say what's in your heart right now. Now, what's in your head? What is in your heart? And you had to say something. He said, now, if you'll go ahead and just yield to what's in your heart and speak that out, God will give you more. And, I understand that now. Why? If I would step out, make myself available, even on the littlest unction, even in the littlest spiritual nudge, if God wanted to encourage somebody, if I could get just the first word out, that's when the grace would kick in, and that God would help me. And from that point, I was just, a young teenager when my dad was teaching me how to use that gift, how to operate, how to speak from your heart, how to get out what God is telling you out to someone else. And I'm glad he taught me that. Now I think that when I feel like, man, God wants to use me, wants to say something, if I'll step out on what I have in my heart, he gives me more. Now I'm challenging you today. There are our gifts on you. There are talents that you're going to have to step out in. Now you could talk yourself out of it. Your brain could say, hey, there's somebody better than you at this. But I believe, like Romans 12 tells us in verse 6, now there's all kinds of gifts. There's different gifts. But if you'll step out, there's grace according to that gift. So whatever you're called to do, you might be someone who's really gifted and talented in singing. I have friends that are awesome at singing. I'm always pulling on them, help us, come to this meeting. We need your gift. But yet they don't make themselves available. They talk themselves out of it. But really, if they would step out, the more they're going to sing, the more their grace can come upon them. That's when that grace will really kick in, and they'll won't just have to see what they could do. They can see what God can do through them. Now, you might be a teacher. That verse went on, I quoted from Romans 12 there, but it went on to say, we're one body, but there's many gifts. We all have different functions. And if you're gifted to prophesy, go ahead, prophesy. If you're gifted to teach, go ahead and teach. If you're good in hospitality, have people over. If you're good at being generous, do it cheerfully. At all of these different gifts, whatever I know I've friends that can cook. I'm not one of them, but I love their gifts. I keep trying to cook. I'm making myself available. Lord, I need your grace. But, maybe they can sing. And I tell my friends, if you can sing, do it. Because he'll take what you have and make it great. The gifts, they're all different. We're all different people with different personalities, and God's made us that way. And so if you'll step out in that gift that he's asking you to, that you feel in your heart, I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to go over there and witness to my neighbor. You know, you might just have one word, Jesus. You might just have one word in your heart. If you'll go over there and say that to him, I believe grace will kick in and you'll have more. Your heart will just flood up with wisdom and encouragement that they need. Why? Because God prompted you to do it. Okay, be courageous today. I want you to step out on those promptings in your heart because you're gifted to do it, and grace will kick in and you'll see how God can use you, and then so you'll stick with the plans He has for you. Thanks for joining me. Man, we are getting in great testimonies. God is moving everywhere. We love hearing from you. And thank you for sharing this. New people get to watch this each week because you are sharing this. If you're on YouTube, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment, thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, like this page. Share it with your friends because I got a brand new one for you next week. I'll see you then. Oh yeah, and every Tuesday we're going live.